New on Good Morning Tucson, a newborn baby girl is settling in with her family, coming off a pretty wild entrance into the world. When firefighters and paramedics put her mom in an ambulance, they thought they had time, but this baby girl had other plans.
But being born in the back of an ambulance is something else entirely.
Right here, huh?
Right here, yeah.
It started out like any other 911 call. There was a mom in labor who needed help getting to the hospital. The crew thought they had time to get there, so they hit the road.
And I would say 5 minutes later, her contractions started to intensify, and we could see the baby coming. And so we pulled over the ambulance, and Pete took over from there.
That's Brad Palmer, who was supervising the ambulance ride, with Sam Martinez, who's brand new.
I've been in the field for 5 months.
And Peter Bath, who's been a firefighter for a few years, but just became a paramedic a few weeks ago. It was good timing because he became the first person to hold that baby girl in his hands.
And we caught with this blanket here, so we had everything set up and ready to go. And once baby came out, we caught, and then immediately we warm dried and stimulated to get the baby to breathe and to dry her off, and wrapped her up and clamped the cord and gave her to mom.
Peter cut her umbilical cord, just like he did when his own 2 daughters were born. But for Sam, the firefighter, this was all new.
So got to hold the baby, so that was really cool. I mean, closest I ever came to that.
Is that your first time holding a baby at all?
Newborn, yeah.
In the chaos of an unexpected moment like this, they both relied on what they knew.
It started off a little hectic, but we just have to remember our training. We're trained very well to deal with situations like this, so as long as we revert back to our training and remember what we're taught, it turns out well.
While, yes, they trained for this, it was still a far cry from what they're used to.
Being in emergency services, a lot of people call us whenever they're usually having the worst day of their life, so being able to be there for somebody's best day of their life was really a change, and it's awesome.
It's also not very often firefighters or paramedics get any kind of follow-up with the people they help, which is why I was so excited to share with them that I had been talking with little Harley's family.
Pretty perfect, right?
Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah, she's looking good.
They even sent me pictures of her with her aunts, and you can see she's doing great, despite her unusual entrance into the world. She's so precious. I'm glad she's doing well.
Yes.
Pretty amazing.
She's going to have this story now to tell Claire for, I'd say, forever.
For her whole life, yeah, right. So from this wild experience, too, I wanted to show you this. This team has a special badge of honor now. So as a firefighter or a paramedic, when you deliver a baby, you get one of these little blue or pink stork pins that they get to wear on their uniforms now. This whole crew says they will proudly wear them.
It's going to be fun. You're always going to have that as a talking point whenever you're meeting these guys.
Exactly, a pretty special group that gets to have that. Heading back to Sierra Vista this morning, the fire department is celebrating its newest class of recruits who are now set to start their first week on the job.
Should be pretty exciting. 8 recruits have spent 8 weeks training and learning what it takes to be a firefighter. This last Friday, they finally graduated and were assigned to their new crews and stations. One grad we talked to, David Coronado, will join the paramedic crew at Fire Station 1. He tells us it's a dream come true.
Kind of expected this. You want a busy day. There's a lot more work from here. I'm glad I got this crew.
Hopefully no babies will be born in their first week on the job. The graduates are now taking on all different shifts at the 3 fire stations that are in Sierra Vista. This morning, a longtime 911 dispatcher is choosing the sweet life instead after going through a horrible accident.
I want to say good morning to our Brooke Chow. She's here in studio. And Brooke, in your conversation with her, she says she really felt she had no choice but to step away from her old career to work on her new passion.
I know. This is a really inspiring story. She was a fire dispatcher for nearly 2 decades, and then she had to find something new in the kitchen. Lisa Midich's story proves that she's one tough cookie. Now, coming home from a busy day at work, walking into her bathroom, falling and hitting her head, the rest is a blur.
I remember waking up and seeing blood, and somehow I got my phone. It must have fallen on the floor with me. I don't even remember finding it, but I grabbed it and I was like, well, where's this blood coming from? So I took a picture of my head. It's okay, I'm just gonna go to bed and sleep it off.
Now deciding not to return to work after finding a new hobby in the kitchen, baking custom desserts, everything from cookies and cakes. Lisa Midich found a special way to heal. Now, from that nonstop life as a dispatcher, she now enjoys the calming world in her kitchen. Now, in my conversation, we talked about the benefits baking has really had on her journey through recovery. It's been a year and a half now. She's been able to take on as big or as little of a task as she wants, while still connecting with our community in the same way that she's always done. Just a little bit of a different twist. But coming up at about 5:35, I'll have the full version of Lisa's story, so be sure to check her out. guys.
We'll be waiting for that one, Brooke, and we're glad to see she's recovering in her own way. Now, in her conversation, have doctors ever been able to figure out what exactly happened to her?
Yeah, this is the scary part, is there really is no answers for her. She just knows that she came home, fainted, woke up not knowing what's going on, slept for a few days, and still a year and a half later experiences brain fog, dizziness, nausea. So it just goes to show your life could change in an instant. So don't take today for granted.
That's true. And finding ways to, more than just cope is you sort of recover at your own pace like she is right now.
Yeah, it looks like she's really found some positivity in her life. Looking forward to your story
Thank
this
you, Brooke.
morning. Still to come, a building in downtown Tucson is getting some much-needed upgrades.
How the staff at the Tucson Indian Center will use this funding to make changes so they can better serve tribal families in our community.
And as we get a live look from Tuamac Hill this morning, April's coming back with your forecast. Keep it here on Good Morning Tucson.
And now, KGUN 9 First Warning Weather.
5:15, let's check in with April Madison. We got to enjoy these last few minutes of dry. It's coming.
Last few minutes of dry, last few minutes of warm, maybe a couple of days of that. Yeah, it's not bad out there, pretty mild, as it has been really all week, because the clouds always, unless we're getting rain and it's rain cooled, the clouds just kind of act like a blanket, and that has kept temps down in the 50s, and that's not bad at all to start the day. And we will once again climb to the low to mid 70s both today and tomorrow. So we've been slowly going down since those 80s, but that's still almost 10 degrees above average. But we are going to see a 30 to 40% chance of maybe some scattered showers through the morning this morning before it starts to exit. That's just round one. Round two, most likely going to start happening Thursday night into the weekend. And so we go to Thursday, also the first official day of winter. And of course, right when the weather is going to start turning a little more winter-like. Yeah, so if you are going to this one-day event that's happening way up in Oro Valley at the Community and Rec Center, a lot of this is outside. It's actually kind of behind it. So that's just one of the places that you can park. Temperature-wise, not bad, but the later it gets, the better chances of rain. So make sure that you've taken the rain gear and you've got like a plan B in place. At least it's a little better though than Friday, Saturday. Any of those events, you can definitely expect to be getting rain, especially Friday, cooling us down to the low 60s.
All right, we'll get mentally prepared, April.
Yeah, just
Thank
cry
you very
a
much.
lot about it.
All right, right now downtown, the Tucson Indian Center will use more than $500,000 of congressional funding to refurbish their office. Congressman Raul Grijalva says his office negotiated to get this money for the organization.
Yeah, the funding from the Inflation Reduction Act will be paying for major renovations. Executive Director Jacob Bernal says the 60-year-old building needs a lot of work, and they'll start with the roof.
We really feel honored to receive these funds to replace our roof. As Congressman Grijalva said, that it should last us for many, many years to come. And that's very important to our community.
Now, the Inflation Reduction Act has set aside funding, billions of dollars of funding, until September of 2026. The Indian Center says they plan to completely resurface their roof in the next 12 to 18 months. So steady progress for them to get things a little better for their services. All right, more stories next. We have a scam warning, so you can watch out if you still need to ship those last-minute holiday gifts.
Yeah, we'll break down the dangers of fake stamps so you don't find yourself in a sticky situation next here on Good Morning Tucson.
It's almost 5:20 in our Consumer Watch this morning. There's another new scam you need to watch out for, especially if you're mailing gifts out, and you still need to do so this time of year.
Consumer reporter John Matarese is looking into growing reports of postage stamp scams, so you don't waste your money.
Buying stamps to send some cards or maybe an upcoming wedding invitation? Be careful where you buy them. Counterfeit stamps are appearing everywhere these days, and if you use them, your letter or card may not go through. Traylon Jones was taking her baby out to buy some last-minute holiday cards and wanted to make sure the stamps she buys are the real thing.
I'm currently, getting postages together to send to my dad down to Florida, and I would hate for him not to get his card.
But in this digital age, counterfeit stamps are becoming a real problem.
These are counterfeit, and these are legitimate.
According to card shop owner Krista Folzen-Logan.
Would you be able to tell the difference?
No, I could not tell. Krista says she inadvertently bought these stamps from a site selling discount postage.
A stamp is tax, essentially, and you don't get a sale price on a tax.
As the problem grows, the USPS is fighting back against counterfeit postage. Any items mailed with fake stamps are now subject to being opened, then thrown away.
It's a really good time for scammers to do this. Unfortunately, people are falling for it.
Melanie McGovern with the Better Business Bureau says this is a growing issue.
So it's really important when you're buying stamps to use an authorized retailer.
If you're shopping online, make sure the website is real. Scammers often make spoofed versions of the USPS website, so be careful when clicking links. Next, don't trust ads you see on social media. Remember, if the price seems too good to be true,
That's when you should be a little bit skeptical.
Krista's now on a mission. She tells clients of her card shop to be suspicious of any stamps sold for much less than face value.
What happens is people purchase them thinking they're getting a good deal, and then all of their mail gets flagged and destroyed.
She says stamps are one item you should avoid shopping around for so you don't waste your money. I'm John Matarese.
One more thing to watch out for.
I saw that the stamp book says if we can't tell the difference at first glance, it's something we should really be watching out for. And just, go through those sources that you trust to buy stamps.
Yeah, I bought some at Walgreens yesterday. Feeling pretty confident about this. That's good. All right, coming up, some students are making life extra sweet for seniors in the foothills.
We're going to see how baking cookies together is bridging this generational gap and warming all of their hearts this holiday season. Plus,
I'm zooming into a specific neighborhood that's probably very, very busy this week. Yeah, we're going to be doing this a couple of times, taking a look at the travel forecast from the Tucson International Airport. I'll take a look at that for the next 4 days. It is just about 5:23. You're watching Good Morning Tucson.
And now, KGUN 9 First Warning Weather.
5:25, let's say good morning to our April Madison. Now, April, some folks might still be trying to get to their place for Christmas vacation. So for today's neighborhood forecast, where are you taking us?
I'm taking you to that airport. Yeah, it's going to be busy all week long. Brooke was out there Monday, the busiest travel day, but people come and go, especially leaving Tucson to go visit family all week long, leading until the week of New Year. So here's what to expect. Probably not bad today. 40 to 50% chance for some scattered showers early on. After that, during the day, Thursday, only about a 10%. It's Friday, Saturday that you may want to be checking those flights if you're flying out of Tucson, that you could possibly be seeing some weather delays. It is expected to be just rain, so it shouldn't be too bad, but we'll see. So we'll be watching it closely for you. For now, weather-wise, shouldn't be too bad. Winds should be in place, but we are definitely expecting some pretty strong rain and much cooler air Friday and Saturday.
All right, get ready for it, April. Thank you. This morning, students at Imago Day Middle School are making life a little sweeter for some seniors, and they're getting more than just sugar in return.
KGUN 9's Mackenzie Hamill takes us to the foothills and shows us how this is helping these two generations of bakers.
Well, it looks like guacamole. Look at that.
Cookies and cream puffs. That's what fifth graders from Imago Day Middle School are making with residents from Hacienda Senior Living.
Look at them all working out here. It's amazing.
Steve has been living here since September and says he loves activities like this.
Sitting around and not doing anything is boring, and this is really great fun. The kids are great.
The students are enrolled in a culinary arts program through Imago Day. They learn life skills, and it gives them more opportunities to socialize, especially with residents.
I like talking to them, like knowing more about them. That was nice.
This is the second year Hacienda hosted the dessert making, and they plan to keep the tradition.
It brings meaning to their lives, and it benefits both generations equally. I think it's an innate thing to always want to pass our legacy down to people.
We have a tendency to withdraw as we age. So the more that we can keep people thinking about stuff, doing stuff, we win.
And now that it's been taste tested and approved,
cheers,
they can call this one a success. Reporting from Hacienda Senior Living, Mackenzie Hamill, KGUN 9.
Oh, how does that not warm your heart? How wonderful.
And nothing better, of course. I think both groups are like, we have to wait for the tasting. We all have to make sure this is exactly what we were wanting to make with these cookies.
That's
such a smile on their faces.
Yeah, sweet activity. I love way more of that.
All right, coming back, we are heading back into the kitchen, if you can believe it, where another neighbor in our community has found her passion.
Yeah, her unthinkable journey going from a 911 dispatcher now to a baker, and the barriers she's overcoming next here on Good Morning Tucson.
Connecting communities through your stories that inspire us. It's Good Morning Tucson.
Good morning, Tucson. It's 5:30. I'm Claire Graham.
And I'm Jose Society. We're going to start in Midtown on the University of Arizona's campus. This is the school's new police chief, and he is tasked with keeping thousands of students and professors safe.
After a year or so as the interim chief, he is now taking on the full title. So KGUN 9's Craig Smith sat down with him one-on-one to discuss his plans for the school.
University of Arizona may seem like a quiet little village where not much goes on most of the time, but it can be a challenging place to run a police department. And we learned more on that with an interview with U of A's new police chief. Chris Olson was a U of A officer early in his career, then moved to Oro Valley, where he advanced to a senior commander. When the previous chief resigned in the aftermath of the on-campus murder of Professor Thomas Meixner, Olson came on as interim chief. Now he's permanent. That shooting led to an Office of Public Safety that coordinates police, multiple departments, and mental health resources in the name of a safer campus.
I don't want student, staff, or faculty to worry about safety, but we want to create a culture of safety where it's kind of built into their DNA when they come onto the campus, that they're mindful of their own safety, situational awareness, locking your stuff up, walking in well-lit areas, walking with other students.
Chief Olson says most campus crime is property crime, like car break-ins and thefts from university parking garages. For a better understanding between university police and the people they serve, the chief's starting a community academy next month. 50 people at a time will gather to learn about police procedures, and police will learn from them.
And you're hoping that you meet and get to know each other before you got a crisis.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, that is really the key, is meeting, getting together before crisis occurs. So, you know, one, hopefully we mitigate crisis before it happens, right? Because we're working collaboratively together. But should something happen on this campus, there's trust built in, and we can continue to work through whatever crisis is occurring.
At the University of Arizona, Craig Smith, KGUN 9.
In Cochise County this morning, sheriff's deputies are investigating a deadly shooting involving an airsoft gun that killed an 8-year-old boy. Deputies say the boy was shot in the chest near Highway 80 and Apache Powder Road, so they shut down part of the highway to bring in a medical helicopter. An ambulance ended up taking him to the Benson Hospital, though, where he died. Deputies haven't said who fired the airsoft gun, and they're still investigating if that person should face any charges.
532, a developing story on the south side. Raytheon wants to add more space to its offices at the U of A's Tech Park at the Bridges. The major defense manufacturer says one of its goals in this plan is to create more than 100 high-skilled jobs that'll come to this building. Once their project is done, this site, which is called the refinery, will make more use of 14,000 square feet of space for Raytheon. Tech Parks Arizona says the office's name highlights the talent the company and others can mine from the University of Arizona. Now, there are even more companies picking the Tech Park for their upcoming projects. I did a quick search on their website. A department of the company Lightridge Solutions wants to develop and test their new optics system for their sensors right here in Tucson.
And now, KGUN 9 First Warning Weather.
Let's grab a check on our forecast this morning with meteorologist April Madison.
Hey, we saw a few very light showers push through central and northern Pima County early this morning, even a little bit of lightning. You can see the bulk of that is now up towards the Casa Grande area and continuing to make its way northeast. This will be kind of off and on through the early part of the day. This is round one, and it has brought on quite a bit of cloud cover. Look at this view from El Conquistador this morning. You can see those cool trees, but you can also see the clouds in the distance, and that's what's keeping temperatures a little bit warmer with those 50s. That's going to be a gorgeous sight once the sun starts to rise, but temperatures definitely a lot more mild. Not only are we seeing 50s, but there's even some 40s and 50s in Cochise County where you are seeing a lot of cloud cover. That's as much as 20 degrees warmer than you would typically be. We'll hit about 73 today, so again a little cooler than yesterday, but still about 8 degrees above average. 60s for you across Cochise County, but a much colder round two coming in for the holiday weekend, and we'll have a look at that timing coming up.
Thank you, April. 534, our Border Watch starts in Sierra Vista. Congressman Juan Ciscomani is talking with city and Cochise County leaders to find ways to manage the crisis at the border. Ciscomani says while he doesn't yet see a way to fully solve the crisis, he is seeing that people across the political spectrum agree, and they do want to fix the problems. Ciscomani says his main argument is that political leaders should work first to protect people who are going through all the legal processes to do business or become U.S. citizens.
The legal traffic, the tourism, the trade, the binational citizens that have homes on both sides, the medical tourism, it has all stopped. and the illegal traffic continues.
Ciscomani also says he thinks Governor Katie Hobbs is doing the right thing by sending the AZ National Guard to help cities and counties in some capacity. Both Ciscomani and Hobbs are blaming the White House as well for a lack of federal involvement.
We also talked with Representative Earl Grijalva, and he says he doesn't think Governor Hobbs is right to deploy the National Guard. He says the move is an empty gesture. He also says he thinks Border Patrol closing the port of Lukeville won't solve anything in the long term because migrants are going to keep coming into the U.S. He says what could help would be a deal in Congress sending funding to the border.
As long as it's rational, as long as it's humane, and as long as it's a step toward a solution, yeah, absolutely.
That deal lawmakers are working on could be facing a roadblock or at least a delay since the House is in recess until the new year. And we know the biggest factor driving this crisis is the influx of people crossing the border. So I wanted to check on the numbers. While we have seen record numbers of migrants in the Tucson sector, this week for the first time in 2 months, we're seeing a significant dip in the weekly total. I looked it up and Border Patrol says they caught 18,400 people this week. The week before, they were close to 19,000. So while it may be some progress, the numbers are still close to double what they were at the beginning of October.
5:36 new on Good Morning Tucson. A 911 dispatcher who's helped Northwest District crews for years is still recovering from a bad accident, but she is finding peace through baking.
Brooke Chow is here with us now. Brooke, she really had no choice but to embrace the calm over the chaos to find this passion.
Definitely. From being a fire dispatcher for nearly 2 decades to finding something new in the kitchen. Lisa Midich's story proves that she's one tough cookie. Take a look. Looking back on April 23rd, 2022, a day that dramatically changed Lisa Midich's life.
It was like just a really busy day. I'm not even sure what exactly made me pass out, but I just passed out, hit the corner of granite.
She doesn't remember much from that day, but she recalls a fall in her bathroom causing her to hit her head.
I remember waking up and seeing blood, and somehow I got my phone. It must have fallen on the floor with me. I don't even remember finding it, but I grabbed it and I was like, well, where's this blood coming from? So I took a picture of my head. It's okay. I'm just going to go to bed and sleep it off.
She slept for 3 days, and when she woke up, her memory was blurry. A year and a half later, Lisa still feels the effects of her fall.
A lot of headaches, dizziness, nausea, brain fog.
Her husband, a firefighter she used to dispatch daily, had to tell her boss that she wouldn't be able to come in for a bit.
Yeah, at first when all this happened, I thought, oh man, what am I going to do? I don't have my job.
It was a hard pill to swallow for Lisa after spending so many years in her job.
They decided last December that they couldn't hold my position for me anymore. They said that I'd be welcome back to interview again for the position, but I'd rather do this.
Smile says it all. Finding a new hobby in the kitchen. Baking custom desserts, everything from cookies and cakes. Lisa found a special way to heal. From the nonstop life of a dispatcher, she now enjoys the calming world of her kitchen.
Losing something I thought was going to be a huge part of the rest of my life.
Now, in my conversation with Lisa, we talked about the benefits baking has really had on her journey through recovery. She's able to take on as big or as little of a task as she wants by still connecting with the community like she's always done. Guys.
Brooke, she has a pretty unbelievable story. I mean, yes. We're so glad that she is in recovery,
Absolutely.
But did doctors ever figure out exactly what happened to her?
That's what the scary thing is they still just don't know. It was a freak accident coming home from a busy day at work. You can imagine the chaotic life that being a dispatcher is, and just hit her head in her bathroom. And a year and a half later, she still has all of those effects that you heard her say. Yeah. So just a freak accident teaches you to never take a day for granted.
Very, very true, yeah.
That's very much so, and it's good to see she's built, a great, supportive environment physically there in the kitchen, and I'm sure she's got a great support around her to pursue that passion that she's really good at, by the way. That's
yes, I know. For somebody that hasn't been a baker for all this time, she's pretty talented.
Absolutely, yeah, that's amazing. Looks very professional.
Thank you, Brooke.
Thank you.
All right, coming up in Arizona, Grandma shows us this truly is the season of giving.
How she's spreading the spirit of the season with the help of a duck, coming up next. Coming up on 5:42 this morning, the leader of the Hamas terror group is meeting with leaders in Egypt to talk about a potential ceasefire deal in Gaza. Israel has offered to stop fighting for a week to secure the release of another 40 or so hostages, although the terrorists are still holding more than 100 people captive, including 8 Americans. The Israeli military says they've taken out more than 300 terrorist targets in the last day, and they say they're getting close to destroying Hamas's last strongholds in the northern part of Gaza. This morning, a new immigration law in Texas is already facing its first legal challenge. The governor just signed a law that lets police arrest migrants who illegally come into the country. It also gives judges the power to order migrants to leave. But now, 2 civil rights groups are suing to stop the state from enforcing the law, saying it's unconstitutional.
This morning, unless the U.S. Supreme Court rules otherwise soon, former President Trump's name will not appear on Colorado voters' ballots in 2024. It is the result of a historic ruling by the state's high court. A majority of Colorado Supreme Court justices ruled Trump's role in the January 6th attack on the Capitol makes him ineligible to hold office again. This is the first time that Section 3 of the 14th Amendment has been used to disqualify a presidential candidate. Trump says he will appeal this decision to the U.S. Supreme Court. Today, President Biden will be in Wisconsin making his case to voters that his administration's economic policies are helping regular people. Reports say Biden will discuss how his agenda has fueled new business applications and created more than 14 million jobs since he took office.
And now, KGUN 9 First Warning Weather.
All right, 5:43 here is our April Madison letting us know it's been a nice start to our morning, but we need to maybe mentally prepare for some changes heading our way.
Yeah, mentally right now, and then physically probably by Friday, if not Thursday night. We've been seeing some light showers. This is kind of round 1, and we're going to consider this light to moderate compared to what's headed our way. We already saw just some very spotty showers. If you've been out and about already this morning, you may have had a few sprinkles, just enough to dirty the car. You can see the bulk of it has now moved northeast of us into Pinal and Maricopa County, and we're seeing mostly just clouds here, but we did see a few lightning strikes as well. Here's the view, which you'll be able to see a lot better once the sun comes up, of El Conquistador looking out over the city, and you can see the clouds, just enough light that you can see how thick it is out there. Hence the reason we're still at 56 here on the east side, same at the airport. In fact, most of southern Arizona not seeing the rain cool there, just the cloud cover, which is keeping us pretty mild even across those areas where we would usually be seeing 20s and 30s in Cochise County. So that's it, round 1 right there, coming from the southwest, coming from a much warmer place, continuing to make its way east. And it's really through this afternoon for most of southwest Arizona that we'll see maybe a chance for a few light showers before it exits east tonight into tomorrow. This is the next one that's going to bring on, again, much cooler air. This is the system that's going to start moving in late Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday being the 2 active days. Most active will be Friday for us here in southern Arizona, bringing on not only quite a bit of rain and mountain snow, but much, much cooler air. So there it is. I'd say by 11 a.m., maybe early afternoon, most of round 1 will have moved into eastern Arizona, continuing to exit. Round 2, we'll start seeing that probably late Thursday afternoon, evening, but more so for us, it's going to be overnight into early Friday, and it'll start from west to east once again, becoming more widespread and much more severe as we get late Friday into Saturday. And so we are definitely expecting that one to bring pretty much all of Arizona some pretty decent amounts. We go from today through tomorrow, maybe a few spots seeing a few hundredths of an inch. You go Thursday night through Friday through Saturday. Again, this is not exact, but this is a potential of what we could see when it comes to some rain totals, which is pretty significant in about a 24 to 48 hour time frame. Same with high elevation snow above 8,500 feet. We could see, look at that, exceeding maybe even a foot of snow in some places across the White Mountains, and maybe even 6 or 7 inches beyond that. So we'll call it 6 to 8 for the Catalinas, including Mount Lemmon, 8 to 12 for the Pinalino Mountains, and 10 to 14 for the Whites. And again, above 8,500 feet. Below that, you know, maybe a dusting to a few hundredths or a few inches. But there it is, much cooler, dropping down to right around 60 for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day.
I've been saying for years that snow makes me have to sneeze, and I kid you not, I was just holding back a sneeze during that last graphic. The world works in mysterious ways.
Mental association for Claire.
Apparently, yeah, it's a mental disaster.
And I was about to sing
me.
Let It Snow for these folks.
That would be Let It Sneeze for me. All right, so here in the holiday season, you may often find that giving gifts can be even more special than receiving them.
Scripps News reporter Cameron Paulum shares how one Phoenix grandma is teaching her little ones a lesson in generosity with the help of a stuffed animal.
This one happened way before you guys were born. This was 2005, and it was my very first duck.
A sweet lesson in generosity has taken shape inside the home of Julie Goodhue in the form of a stuffed duck.
We know that giving to other people, it's just wonderful because we feel the warmth in our heart.
In 2005, Julie purchased her first Aflac Holiday Duck, a limited edition collectible released each year by the Aflac Childhood Cancer Foundation. 100% of its proceeds are donated to pediatric cancer research.
First of all, it was so cute. And then when I found out what it was for, I just thought I have to continue this.
Julie has ordered one each year since, a tradition that's now being passed down to her grandchildren.
It's on a sled.
8-year-old Claire and 10-year-old Bryn are hooked on Grandma's holiday ritual.
And then this lights up.
Of course, they're in love with the different ducks that show up each year, but when they line them up in front of the tree, they recognize the spirit behind them extends far beyond their own celebrations.
You're not really just receiving, you're helping at the same time.
A charming display of charity that's now had a ripple effect on their community. Julie now buys ducks for her entire block, who gather on the same day each year to unveil the latest Mary Mallard.
We're up to 18 ducks, and they love getting them.
More importantly, that's 18 donations each year, and for 2 little girls, a lasting imprint of compassion on their hearts. I'm ABC 15's Cameron Polam, and that's Uplifting Arizona.
What a special thing to do.
Absolutely. For you folks out there, if you know Grandma's left a lot of awesome gifts, these are the lessons you will keep with you, because Grandma's love is a kind of special one too. Absolutely. As well.
That's really great. All right, coming up, we're hearing from some high school teammates turned Arizona Wildcat teammates.
All right, quarterback Noah Fafita and wide receiver Teteroa McMillan are focused on doing their best this upcoming bowl game, but they're also reflecting on their journey coming from Hawaii to Arizona. Stay here on Good Morning Tucson. Welcome back, folks. Almost 5:54 right now. The Wildcats are ramping up practicing for their bowl game against Oklahoma.
KGUN 9's Jason Barr sat down with 2 players who share a special connection both on and off the field.
I'm Jason Barr at Arizona Stadium. Noah Fafita to Teteroa McMillan. It's been a winning combination for the Wildcats this year, and I got a chance to talk to both players ahead of next Thursday's Valero Alamo Bowl. Noah, what was the biggest challenge upon taking over the starting quarterback role for this team?
I think I wouldn't really say it was a challenge, but kind of just being able to, Jada set the standard so high, and he was a top 5 passer in college football in the nation last year. So he set the standard, and just kind of being able to keep that standard going was, I guess, the biggest challenge. But nobody doubted me. Everybody continued to believe in me.
What is it about Noah Fafita that's made him so successful and gotten to such a rhythm and really gotten hot here the last part of the season?
He's always been like this, just poised. He'll tell you that his love for the game is his it factor, but I think just his ability just to shine when the lights is bright.
How would you describe your chemistry with Teteroa McMillan?
It's special, and I think our chemistry on the field is a direct reflection on our relationship off the field. Being able to just kind of talk on and off the field, being able to just have that relationship with him. There's so much trust there. I know where he's going to be, and I know that if I need a play, I know he's going to be able to make it. So the trust I have in him is second to none.
What was working so well for you against the Sun Devils?
I think it was just the game plan. The coaches set a good game plan for us, and obviously just being able to do it with my boy, Golo Noah Fafita, and just us having our best game together. So that's ultimately a blessing, and I'm happy that we able to do that.
Have you ever been to Texas or San Antonio before, and what are you most looking forward to about the Alamo Bowl?
Man, I ain't never been to Texas or the Alamo Bowl or San Antonio, so it's gonna be our first time. But sure, I'm just really just looking forward to just playing my first bowl game. Again, hopefully my first win in the bowl game. So, and maybe if we get this win, we'll end up preseason top 10 next year.
Noah Fafita said he told his family that last year was going to be the last Christmas he would spend with them for quite some time. Well, sure enough, the Wildcats do leave for San Antonio on the 23rd. Here at Arizona Stadium, I'm Jason Barr, KGUN 9.
Love that. Can't wait to see them play.
That's right.
It's nice to see that kind of relationship.
Ted Rose, already thinking positive thoughts. This is a win. Top 10 standings next year. It's like they've got the mindset ready to go now.
If you plan it, it will come.
That's
I think
right.
that's what the saying is right now. All right, stick with us. We'll have more stories from your neighborhood coming up at 6 o'clock.
You're watching Good Morning Tucson.
Available. It was an unexpected arrival into the world. It's leaving a baby girl and a local fire department with an amazing story to tell. Coming up on Good Morning Tucson, the moments a firefighter and a paramedic delivered a newborn in the back of an ambulance.
This morning, the University of Arizona's new permanent police chief is putting his plan in place to make campus safer. A part of that conversation coming up. Plus,
Yeah, at first when all this happened, I thought, oh man, what am I going to do? I don't have my job.
Coming up, I'll share how one 911 dispatcher turned in her headset to find her passion in the kitchen. Good Morning Tucson at 6 starts now.
Connecting communities through your stories that inspire us. It's Good Morning Tucson.
and a good morning to you, Tucson. I'm Jose Sosaya.
And I'm Claire Graham. We'll start in Sierra Vista this morning, where Congressman Juan Ciscomani has been meeting with other local leaders to address the growing crisis at the border.
Ciscomani says while he doesn't yet see a way to fully solve the crisis, he is seeing that people across the political spectrum agree they do want to fix the problems. Ciscomani says his main argument right now is that political leaders should be working first to protect people who not only do legal business, but go through the legal process to become U.S. citizens.
The legal traffic, the tourism, the trade, the binational citizens that have homes on both sides, the medical tourism, it has all stopped. And the illegal traffic continues.
Ciscomani says he feels Governor Hobbs is making the right move by deploying the National Guard to come help in some capacity. But both Ciscomani and Hobbs are blaming the White House for the lack of federal involvement.
Not all Arizona lawmakers support Governor Hobbs' plan to deploy the National Guard, including Representative Raul Grijalva. Grijalva called Hobbs' decision a, quote, empty gesture. He also said he does not think CBP closing the Lukeville port of entry will solve anything in the long term. But when it comes to working out a spending deal to fund more border security, Grijalva says he could get on board.
As long as it's rational, as long as it's humane, and as long as it's a step toward a solution, yeah, absolutely.
The deal that senators are working on right now will probably have to wait. The House is in recess until the new year.
We know the biggest factor driving this border crisis is the influx of people coming into the U.S., so I wanted to check on the numbers. We have seen record numbers of migrants in the Tucson sector, but this week I found their numbers online showing for the first time in 2 months we're now seeing a significant dip in the weekly total. Border Patrol says they caught 18,400 people this week. The week before, they were close to 19,000. While it may be progress, though, the numbers are still close to double what they were at the beginning of October.
At 6:02, a developing story this morning, Pima County's newest supervisor on the board will take on the work to serve neighbors in District 3. Sylvia Lee will finish Sharon Bronson's term after Bronson had to resign for medical reasons last month. The board appointed Lee with a 3-1 vote, and Lee says her biggest concern right now is helping manage migrants coming to Arizona's border. Pima County runs shelters that give people a place to stay for 2 to 3 days while they plan their next steps. Lee says there isn't enough funding right now to sustain that service.
That capacity can be reached. We really need to do something at the federal level, but we need to support our governor and all of us in helping secure more funds because this isn't going away. So that's got to be a priority.
So in the discussion of immigration is an issue as well as education. We also know some neighbors in District 3 are still concerned about the conditions on Pima Mine Road. Lee tells us she plans to consult with her team to look at the road's condition for herself. Lee will serve as supervisor until this term ends in December of 2024.
And now, KGUN 9 First Warning Weather.
All right, 6:03, here is our April Madison. We're checking on this view from top of Mount Bigelow. Waking up, though, here on the ground, though. Nice with those 50s, April.
Yeah, not bad at all. Maybe one extra layer or a light jacket. We're still in the 50s out there, and it's still going to be in the 70s. We won't quite make it to 75, but we will once again come close for a few days. Quite a bit of cloud cover out there, hence the reason temps are still as mild as they are. And yes, there are a few kids in districts that are still in school, at least for another few days. They may need an umbrella or a light rain jacket on their way into school. school, but the later it gets, less likely we'll see any rain as this first round continues to exit through the region. Low 70s for Tucson as you head home, upper 60s in Sierra Vista for that bus ride or walk home from school. But a much colder, much stronger storm system coming in just in time for the holiday weekend, and I'll break down the details coming up.
All right, thank you, April. In Cochise County right now, sheriff's deputies are investigating a deadly shooting involving an airsoft gun that killed an 8-year-old boy. Deputies say the boy was shot in the chest near Highway 80 and Apache Powder Road. They had to shut down part of the highway just to bring in a medical helicopter. An ambulance, though, ended up taking him to the Benson Hospital where he died. Deputies have not said who fired the airsoft gun. They're still looking into whether or not that person should face any charges.
This morning, the University of Arizona officially has a new police chief tasked with keeping the campus, the size of a small city, safe. Chris Olson first took over as the interim around a year ago when the former UAPD chief resigned following the murder of Professor Thomas Meixner on campus. Now, Olson is taking on the full title. In the wake of that shooting, the university created a safety program that went beyond police, devoting mental health resources and people from several departments into coordinated efforts to prevent crime. Olson says that culture of safety is what he's working toward.
Under the Office of Public Safety, you have facilities management, you have parking and transportation, risk management, our threat assessment team. We have our crisis communications folks, and of course UAPD. And we take this whole approach to safety where everyone is participating in safety and safety measures. So the police department's not in it alone anymore.
Chief Olson says the university is a safe place to live and learn, but he says it could be safer if the entire campus community would work together to look out for each other. We'll have a closer look at our in-depth interview with the chief coming up in about half an hour this morning.
Almost 6:06 on the south side, Raytheon wants to add more space to its offices at the U of A's Tech Park at the Bridges, and one building specifically here. The major defense manufacturer says one goal of this plan is to create more than 100 high-skilled jobs. Once this project is done, this site called the refinery will make use for Raytheon to have 14,000 square feet of space. Now, Tech Parks Arizona says the office's name, by the way, refinery, highlights the talent that Raytheon and other companies could mine from the University of Arizona.
New on Good Morning Tucson, a newborn baby girl is settling in with her family, coming off a pretty wild entrance into the world. When firefighters and paramedics put her mom in an ambulance, they thought they had time, but this baby girl had other plans.
But being born in the back of an ambulance is something else entirely.
Right here, huh?
Right here, yeah.
It started out like any other 911 call. There was a mom in labor who needed help getting to the hospital. The crew thought they had time to get there, so they hit the road.
And I would say 5 minutes later, her contractions started to intensify, and we could see the baby coming. And so we pulled over the ambulance, and Pete took over from there.
That's Brad Palmer, who was supervising the ambulance ride, with Sam Martinez, who's brand new.
I've been in the field for 5 months.
And Peter Bath, who's been a firefighter for a few years, but just became a paramedic a few weeks ago. It was good timing because he became the first person to hold that baby girl in his hands.
And we caught with this blanket here, so we had everything set up and ready to go. And once baby came out, we caught, and then immediately we warm dried and stimulated to get the baby to breathe and to dry her off, and wrapped her up and clamped the cord and gave her to mom.
Peter cut her umbilical cord, just like he did when his own 2 daughters were born. But for Sam, the firefighter, this was all new.
So got to hold the baby, so that was really cool. I mean, closest I ever came to that.
Is that your first time holding a baby at all?
Newborn, yeah.
In the chaos of an unexpected moment like this, they both relied on what they knew.
It started off a little hectic, but we just have to remember our training. We're trained very well to deal with situations like this, so as long as we revert back to our training and remember what we're taught, it turns out well.
While, yes, they trained for this, it was still a far cry from what they're used to.
Being in emergency services, a lot of people call us whenever they're usually having the worst day of their life, so being able to be there for somebody's best day of their life was really a change and just awesome.
It's also not very often firefighters or paramedics get any kind of follow-up with the people they help, which is why I was so excited to share with them that I had been talking with little Harley's family. Pretty perfect, right?
Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah, she's looking good. They even sent me pictures of her with her aunts, and you can see she's doing great, despite her unusual entrance into the world. It's just pretty incredible that it all turned out well, and she's doing so well.
I think, I don't know if she's going to be the one bringing up the story. You know, her parents, aunts and uncles are going to be like, oh, do you know how this all started?
That's a story she'll tell you for many, many years. Yes. And from this wild experience, this team also has a special badge of honor now. So as a firefighter or a paramedic, when you deliver a baby, you get a blue stork pin or a pink stork pin. In this case, they have pink ones, and they all get to now proudly wear them on their uniform.
I think this crew is going to be pretty eager to talk about this story as well if someone ever asks, how'd you get that?
Exactly, yeah, wild memory. All right, heading back to Sierra Vista this morning, the fire department is celebrating its newest class of recruits who are now set to start their first week on the job.
That's right, 8 recruits have spent 8 weeks training and learning what it takes to be a firefighter. Thankfully, this last Friday, they finally graduated and were assigned to their new crews and stations. One grad we talked to, David Coronado, will join the paramedic crew at Fire Station 1. Here he is, and he's telling us this is a dream come true.
Kind of expected this, you want a busy day. There's a lot more work from here. I'm glad I got this crew.
Hopefully no babies will be delivered during their first week on the job. The graduates are now taking on all different shifts at the 3 fire stations in Sierra Vista. So this morning, a longtime 911 dispatcher is choosing the sweet life instead after going through a horrible accident.
Our Brooke Chow is here in studio, and Brooke, you were sharing your conversation with her. She told you she really felt like she had no choice but to step away from this old career to work on her new passion.
Yeah, exactly that. From being a fire dispatcher for nearly 2 decades to finding something new in the kitchen. Lisa Midich's story proves that she's one tough cookie. Now, coming home from a busy day at work, walking into her bathroom, falling and hitting her head, she tells me the rest is a blur.
I remember waking up and seeing blood, and somehow I got my phone. It must have fallen on the floor with me. I don't even remember finding it, but I grabbed it and I was like, well, where's this blood coming from? So I took a picture of my head. It's okay. I'm just going to go to bed and sleep it off.
Now deciding not to return to work after finding a new hobby in the kitchen, baking custom desserts, everything from cookies and cakes. Lisa Midich found a special way to heal. Now from that non-stop life of a dispatcher, she now enjoys the calming world of her kitchen. Now in my conversation, we talked about the benefits that baking has had on her journey through recovery. She's able to take on as big or as little of a task as she wants while still connecting with the community like she's always done. Coming up at about 6:35, I'll have my full version of Lisa's story. So be sure to stick around, guys.
Pretty incredible. Glad she's on the road to recovery.
And glad she's finding something that will keep her not just busy but fulfilled there in the kitchen too.
So. Still to come this morning, a building in downtown Tucson is getting some much needed upgrades.
The staff at the Indian Center will use this funding to make changes so they can better serve tribal families in our community. You're watching Good Morning Tucson.
And now, KGUN 9 First Warning Weather.
6:14 on the money. Let's check in with April this morning. It's not that bad outside.
It really isn't. We've been pretty lucky this whole week seeing mild temperatures both in the morning and the afternoon, especially when you got those clouds. The rain, cooled air, we saw a little bit of it earlier, that 3 to 4 o'clock time frame. A little just kind of short shaft of rain came through that central and northern part of Pima County, and now it has made its way to our north. This will be sort of the trend off and on throughout the rest of the day. We even saw a few lightning strikes early on this morning, and now we're just kind of seeing those clouds. But we could get a little bit more out of this very mild round 1. That's going to be the one that probably doesn't cool us down a whole lot or bring us widespread rain. Round 2, that's a different story. Here's the view, which is going to be a lot nicer view, but it's from El Conquistador way up north, and you can see, even though there's not a lot of light, just how thick those clouds are. But once the light and the sun comes up, you'll be able to see it a little bit better with probably some pretty cool colors. Here's a look at all the current temperatures right now across southern Arizona. 40s and 50s. I mean, these are even areas that we would typically be seeing 30s and low 40s. So well above average, much warmer than typical just because of that right there. So again, round 1, still sort of a southerly southwesterly flow coming from a much warmer place, seeing that very just kind of depleted and isolated line of showers that's making its way northeast. We could see a little bit more today as the whole thing moves east. We'll call it about a 30 to 40% chance for maybe a light or moderate sprinkle or two coming through. This is the one that's round 2. This is the one that's going to bring us, again, much cooler air, much stronger stronger, more widespread rain and high elevation snow. So let's look at the timing of that. So there it is. We'll get through late morning, early afternoon today, and anything left with round one will be exiting, and that'll continue through tomorrow. And then really most of Thursday afternoon is going to be pretty nice. Mostly sunny skies. You'd be hard pressed to believe anything's happening. It's going to be even in the mid 70s. It's going to look really nice until we get late Thursday, and then we start seeing a little bit across Cochise County, central, western Arizona. There it is as we get into early Friday or overnight Friday, and then it just lasts off and on all through Friday, off and on all through most of Saturday before it begins to exit. So that's the one that's going to bring a much more solid precipitation total. This first one, we're going to call it maybe a few hundredths of an inch, but you get late Thursday through Friday and Saturday. This is not exact numbers, but this is a potential, which means several areas could be exceeding 1 inch just in that 24 to 48 hour time frame. Higher elevations above 8,500 feet, also pretty impressive. In fact, the Catalinas itself could end up with anywhere from 6 to 8 inches, so probably somewhere 4 to 6. Mount Lemmon, again, above 8,500 feet, which means the White Mountains could see over a foot at the highest peaks. That's going to be a much colder system, obviously. It'll start to exit by Christmas Eve, hopefully gone, but still very cool Christmas Day with those low 60s in Tucson.
All right, get you feeling the season for sure with these cooler temperatures. Yeah. All right, let's go to downtown. The Tucson Indian Center will use more than $500,000 of new congressional funding to refurbish their office. Congressman Raul Grijalva negotiated to get this money for the organization.
Yeah, that funding from the Inflation Reduction Act will pay for major renovations. Executive Director Jacob Bernal says the 60-year-old building needs a lot of work, and they'll start with the roof.
We really feel honored to receive these funds to replace our roof. As Congressman Grijalva said, that it should last us for many, many years to come. And that's very important to our community.
Now, the Inflation Reduction Act has set billions of dollars aside in funding until September of 2026. The center says they plan to completely resurface their roof in the next 12 to 18 months. Sure, that'll make a difference for all the good work they are doing right now. All right, more stories next. First responders in our community say they have one mom's back as she recovers from her own medical emergency.
Her road to recovery as our community steps up to help her through the holidays. Next.
6:20 this morning, first responders in our community have one mom's back as she recovers from her medical scare.
Yeah, she ended up in the ER when she went into cardiac arrest. But as KGUN 9's Danelle Veslick reports, the community is now coming together to get her back on her feet.
32-year-old Anna Lugo worked at the Eric Height Foundation Child Development Center. As a caregiver and a single mom of 3, she's used to putting everyone else's needs ahead of her own. But after going to the ER and being told she'll need 3 different procedures on her heart, she knew she had to get better.
I'm not able to work anymore due to having limited activity. So I have to just go day by day, depending on my activity level.
With a long road to recovery ahead and being out of work, she's now going to spend the holidays apart from 2 of her children.
My 2 oldest are right now with dad out in Mexico City. He's taking them so that it's a little easier at home.
Meanwhile, the Eric Height Foundation has worked to come together and has raised over $7,000 to help pay Anna's rent and let her focus on getting healthy.
I just want you to know that we're going to be there for you every step of the way. We have the first check for you, so you don't have to worry about your bills, especially right now for Christmas and, you know, all the expenses that the season comes with. And we just don't want you to worry about utilities. So this is for you.
Anna tells me that anyone with heart issues needs to get checked immediately and that she's grateful for the community's support. Of course, we'll continue to follow her story and keep you updated. Danelle Veslick, KGUN 9.
Incredibly scary, but so true to get checked.
Absolutely.
If you have heart issues. Danelle is our Marana reporter. If you have a story you would like to connect with her about, you can scan the QR code on your screen or send her an email.
Time is of the essence there for sure.
Very much so. Coming up, some students are making life extra sweet for some seniors in the foothills.
We'll see how baking cookies together is bridging a generational gap and warming all of their hearts this holiday season. Plus,
I'm zooming into one specific neighborhood that's already been pretty busy this week and probably going to get even busier as we get into the afternoon, a little closer to the weekend. Yeah, we're going to be taking a look at your Tucson travel forecast at the airport. That's coming up. It is just about 6:22. You're watching Good Morning Tucson.
And now, KGUN 9 First Warning Weather.
6:25, time to check in with our April Madison. Neighborhood forecast today, April, it's still early in the day. Hopefully things don't get as hectic to start, but you're taking us somewhere for our specific forecast where things will get a little busy.
Yeah, and probably have already been pretty busy for about an hour, if not more, this morning. Yeah, the airport, really with any city, is pretty busy during this week as people are heading out. And I would like to think more people probably coming into Tucson during the holidays, at least if they want to enjoy the nicer weather. So it may not be as big of an issue if you're heading out, but coming in, maybe, especially Friday and Saturday with that heavy rain, usually not a big factor unless it's severe and has to do with thunderstorms and wind as well. So hopefully it won't cause any travel delays, but we'll be watching it pretty closely. But that's just to give you an idea of what to expect weather-wise if you are either headed to the airport or maybe flying in, to let that family know.
All right, April, thank you. We'll get ready. So this morning, students at Imago Dei Middle School are making life a little sweeter for some seniors, and they're getting more than just sugar in return.
KGUN 9's Mackenzie Hamill takes us to the foothills and shows us how this is helping these two generations of bakers.
Well, it looks like guacamole. Look at that.
Cookies and cream puffs. That's what fifth graders from Imago Dei Middle School are making with residents from Hacienda Senior Living.
Look at them all working out here. It's amazing.
Steve has been living here since September and says he loves activities like this.
Sitting around and not doing anything is boring. And this is really great fun. The kids are great.
The students are enrolled in a culinary arts program through Imago Dei. They learn life skills, and it gives them more opportunities to socialize, especially with residents.
I like talking to them, like knowing more about them. That was nice.
This is the second year Hacienda hosted the dessert making, and they plan to keep the tradition.
It brings meaning to their lives, and it benefits both generations equally. I think it's an innate thing to always want to pass our legacy down to people.
We have a tendency to withdraw as we age. So the more that we can keep people thinking about stuff, doing stuff, we win.
And now that it's been taste tested and approved,
cheers,
they can call this one a success. Reporting from Hacienda Senior Living, Mackenzie Hamill, KGUN 9.
That's so sweet. How does that not warm your heart?
It does, and I think if I was in their positions, I'm just so excited they can all talk about their favorite cookies and just keep tasting them. It's just like, what else do you want to do to spend this time together this holiday season?
Another opportunity to connect. I think that's so important.
Absolutely. All right, coming up, we're actually going to stick in the kitchen. Another neighbor in our community has found her passion right there.
Yeah, coming up, her unthinkable journey from going from a 911 dispatcher now to a baker and the barriers she's overcoming. Next on Good Morning Tucson.
Intended.
Connecting communities through your stories that inspire us. It's Good Morning Tucson.
Good morning, Tucson. It's 6:30. I'm Claire Graham.
And I'm Jose Sosaya. We're starting in Midtown on the University of Arizona's campus. The school's new police chief, Chris Olson, is tasked with keeping thousands of students and professors safe every day.
After a year as the interim chief, he is now taking on the full title. So KGUN 9's Craig Smith sat down with him one-on-one to discuss his plans for the school.
University of Arizona may seem like a quiet little village where not much goes on most of the time, but it can be a challenging place to run a police department. And we learned more on that with an interview with U of A's new police chief. Chris Olson was a U of A officer early in his career, then moved to Oro Valley, where he advanced to a senior commander. When the previous chief resigned in the aftermath of the on-campus murder of Professor Thomas Meixner, Olson came on as interim chief. Now he's permanent. That shooting led to an Office of Public Safety that coordinates police, multiple departments, and mental health resources in the name of a safer campus.
I don't want student, staff, or faculty to worry about safety, but we want to create a culture of safety where it's kind of built into their DNA when they come onto the campus, that they're mindful of their own safety, situational awareness, locking your stuff up, walking in well-lit areas, walking with other students.
Chief Olson says most campus crime is property crime, like car break-ins and thefts from university parking garages. For better understanding between university police and the people they serve, the chief's starting a community academy next month. 50 people at a time will gather to learn about police procedures, and police will learn from them.
And you're hoping that you meet and get to know each other before you got a crisis.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, that is really the key, is meeting, getting together before crisis occurs. So, one, hopefully we mitigate crisis before it happens, right? Because we're working collaboratively together. But should something happen on this campus, there's trust built in, and we can continue to work through whatever crisis is occurring.
At the University of Arizona, Craig Smith, KGUN 9.
In Cochise County this morning, sheriff's deputies are investigating a deadly shooting involving an airsoft gun that killed an 8-year-old boy. Deputies say the boy was shot in the chest near Highway 80 and Apache Powder Road, so they shut down part of the highway to bring in a medical helicopter. An ambulance, though, ended up taking the boy to Benson Hospital, where he died. Deputies haven't said who fired the airsoft gun, and they are still investigating now if that person should face any charges.
633 on the south side. Raytheon wants to add more office space to where it's at the U of A's Tech Park at the Bridges. Let's take a look at the building where they're situated. The major defense manufacturer says one goal of this plan is to actually create more than 100 high-skilled jobs. Once their project is done at this site called the refinery, they hope to make use of more than 14,000 square feet of space. Raytheon and Tech Parks Arizona both highlighted that the office's name, Refinery, highlights the talent the company can mine from the University of Arizona. Now, there are even more companies picking the tech park for their upcoming projects. I did a quick search on their website for what's going on. A department of the company called Lightridge Solutions now wants to develop and test a new optics systems for their sensors right here in Tucson.
And now, KGUN 9 First Warning Weather.
Let's grab a check on your forecast this morning with April. Really can't complain right now.
We can't. Did you guys get any sprinkles on your way in this morning?
Not really,
yet.
no.
I did, just enough to dirty the car. That's about it for round one. You're seeing a lot of it kind of already well to our north, but we saw central northern Pima County with not only a little bit of light showers earlier this morning, even up into Oro Valley, northern Cochise, few lightning strikes. That could happen a little more so today, still holding on to a 30 to 40% chance for light to moderate showers moving through. Not really taking temperatures down, but that could last off and on again through today before we see actually quite a bit of clearing on Thursday. Most of Thursday is just going to be mostly sunny and warm, and then round two hits, and it's going to be a big difference there. Not a lot of light just yet, but a little bit more, enough where you can see how thick those clouds are out there, and that's the reason why temps are so mild, because we don't have the rain-cooled air just yet, but we definitely have the clouds. Temperatures are going to get back up into the low 70s in Tucson today, low to mid and even some upper 60s across Cochise County. And then we're zooming in right here for your super 7-day forecast. The neighborhood, we're highlighting Oro Valley. Pretty cool event happening for one day. You won't want to miss this. It's coming up.
All right, April, thank you. 6:35, our Border Watch starts in Sierra Vista. Congressman Juan Ciscomani is talking with city and Cochise